found these ones called Moondrop, and they cost me 30 quid, and they are a million times better than my old AirPods.
Really?
Yeah, they're like this Chinese company. They're so good. They've got like an app you can like download other people's like pre-settings for like different types of music and all sorts. It's well good.
That's sound. But how much are AirPods?
Oh mate, for like the noise, so these have got active noise cancelling as well. So even for like the active noise cancelling AirPods, they're like what, over 200 quid?
Yeah, 30 quid. Even if you need to buy a new pair in a couple of weeks.
This is the most techie thing I've ever had right now. So I'm like, I'm gassed.
Excited.
They could be worth £1,000.
Yeah, I can't do in-ear. These are in-ear headphones, but they're attached to a wire. I can't do I can't do AirPods because I've got weird big ears, so they just keep falling out. So I'm like, okay, if it falls out, then no, I've still got it. Like I go through.
Are they any different?
I don't know. Are they like a different shape? But these fall out though. I can walk along.
Are they the rounder ones?
Maybe, yeah. I'd prefer over-ear headphones all day. But yeah,
they're just punky though, aren't they?
Yeah. For calls, obviously, I have these in because if it falls out, I'm sitting down. It's all good.
Guess what episode number this is?
I'm gonna say 30. Oh no, I think it might be 40. Oh, is it 38?
Yeah.
Fuck
Is
yes.
it 38?
Yeah, 38.
That was a good guess.
What? So it's like 38.5 because you boys did one recorded in the studio in like September last year.
Yeah.
But it never made it. It never made it to Spotify. It made it to YouTube, but it didn't make it to Spotify. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just sat there as like a pending one. But then there's nothing. I can't. I just deleted it today because you can't, for whatever reason, I can't publish it.
Maybe I went to do it and it just didn't do it in time, and I just probably closed my laptop.
It looked like you tried to upload as a video rather than just the audio.
That might be right.
So I wonder whether it just hadn't quite done it, and then you disappeared on it.
Probably.
Do you want to know what the title was of the last one we all did together? So first up, it was on the 18th of May. So we're nearly an entire year, like an actual whole year.
Wow.
Out. The title of the title of episode 37 was "The Boys Are Back in Town." That's what we called
mate, the irony. Let's switch it.
Yeah. Too good.
This one should be we're actually back this time.
I think we need to petition. This one's going to be called "The Boys Are Actually Back in Town."
Yeah.
I agree.
So one thing before we begin, if you're not already, subscribe on Spotify, like this episode, leave us a rating. That's it. You can all leave now. That's it. That's all we needed.
Yeah. Subscribe on YouTube as well.
Yeah. YouTube, if you're on YouTube, that's a biggie. I've actually listened back to a couple of episodes. I'm going to ban us from talking about coffee. Fuck me, boys. Every episode I picked, we're talking about caffeine. It's an absolute snore fest, honestly.
we'll have a swear jar for it.
Yeah, we should do. Yeah, we have to pay caffeine tax.
Yeah, quid each time the word coffee is mentioned.
That's it. Yeah, little pot. There we go. Don't need any charity fundraising. We just do it all through that.
That's it. 100% we'd be broke.
I'd be so broke. Literally.
I'm the biggest culprit. Honestly, just talking about my fucking little caffeine come downs every episode. I'm on a caffeine come down. So here we are. Can't be on a caffeine come down at 5 o'clock anyway. It's too late in the day for that. Shock,
bro. You're mad.
So not surprised.
Yeah.
Matt, do you want to say why we're back? Why we're actually back this time?
Yeah. Why are we back? No, I'm kidding. So
I put you on the spot there, sorry.
Yeah, no, I think we're back because we have decided to slightly move things around. So if you listen already, or if you join the running clubs, we used to do the running club every Sunday. But we made a bit of a switch around to do last Sunday of the month. And we started a men's meetup social event on the second Tuesday of every month. So it's kind of like, if we're going to push the effort to be doing these two things a month, it just kind of brings our focus a bit more in line. And then after our first meetup, which we had, was it 22 blokes that turned up?
I have no idea. I just keep saying more than 20.
It was over 20, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that evening was incredible. We had Clem, shout out to Clem, who is a life coach. He came and spoke about his journey.
Yeah, he smashed it.
After we doing that, we realized that we wanted to do more podcasts again because we've been almost a year of not doing them, and we enjoyed them so much. We enjoyed the reaction to everybody that came to the first group, and what people were asking us, when are you going to do a podcast again? So here we are. The boys are actually back in town.
We are actually back in town.
Yeah.
I know obviously we went back and forth on the WhatsApp, but how did we feel after that event?
Yeah, I think I'm still coming down off it a little bit now, to be honest. And I'm still processing like exactly what happened, and just like, I just think it was so good that we didn't really have a plan. We just kind of went, well, it's the first one, let's see what happens with it. And we couldn't have really done any better. Like, it couldn't have gone any better, could it? It was just so natural, and everyone just seemed to be so chill, cool. Like, it flowed really well. And I just think if that's the first one, imagine when we've done 10. Like, what are they going to be like then? It'll be amazing.
I actually thought the lack of plan was such a good thing.
Yeah, same.
It was really relaxed. We had like, you know, we can be downstairs for 10 minutes or 15 or 20, it doesn't matter, and then we can go upstairs when everyone's ready. And then, like, I just thought how relaxed it was, the lack of agenda, albeit we obviously knew we were going to have Clem talk, but I thought that made it, to be honest.
Yeah,
I agree. I think well, it was kind of structured but not structured. It was kind of like we knew what was going to happen, but it didn't have to be like, right, doors close at 7:30, you can't come in after, and then Clem, you start at 7:35. It was very much like everyone got together. We went upstairs at like 22, put some chairs around, everyone just kind of chatted, and we just said the reasons why I wanted to do the group, and then kind of gave the floor to Clem, and it was just good. Like, it was just super really natural and super relaxed. And I think that's the one thing I personally want it to be, is just more relaxed in the sense of it's just the guys meeting up in this kind of like we spoke about on our WhatsApp group, like this kind of pub culture of doing something after work, meeting your mates, chatting about stuff, and then having somebody there to kind of inspire and just say their journey. But is in a no pressure environment where you have to then talk about your own stuff or whatever. It's just kind of like, if you're there, you're there. I think it was sick. Like, it was almost like I couldn't really sleep because I was just so buzzing. And then the next day I felt like mega hungover from just
we all said that.
excitement. And like, we weren't even drinking. It was just a case of,
I felt like I'd had like 5 beers the next day, and I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I think it was just an absolute emotional like high, going to bed on that and then waking up and being like, oh my God, I've got to go work today. Like, I need to normalize myself.
Yeah, I didn't expect it. I didn't really know what to expect from it, but I didn't expect that. I didn't expect it to be as cool as it was. I didn't expect it to have that many people turn up. I didn't expect the conversations to go where the conversations went. Like, that was surprising to me. I think the biggest thing for me was, doing this pod, we don't see, like, other than the runs, we obviously, you guys see the people at the runs when we were doing the weekly. So there is that kind of like, oh, these are the people that might be listening. But for me, it was kind of like, it was a massive realization of why this is so important. And I forgot that anyone actually listened to this podcast. I forgot that it might be a thing that people tune into on a Monday morning. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just completely, I thought we were just doing it for the fuck of it. Like, honestly, I just kind of resided to the fact that we just did it because we thought it was a good thing to do, and it was a purpose for us. But I forgot that other people would resonate with it. And then when we did the event, I was like, oh shit, that's the point. These are the people. This is like, people need this stuff that we're doing, and those people are going to listen to this as well. And sometimes something that one of us says is going to be something that whoever's listening needs to hear on a given day. And I think, properly lit a rocket up my arse. I was like, this is sick. And it gave me way more purpose about what we're doing compared to anything else.
I agree. I feel like when we first started, well, when I joined on with you guys and started doing the podcasts, for me, it was just like, I felt like it was something that we were doing because like we really enjoyed doing it, and it was topics that we felt were relevant to speak about, and we almost didn't really care if anyone listened or not, because we were just like, well, we enjoyed doing it, so let's just do it anyway. And then when you see a room full of people and you have the conversations with them like we had that day, it does just make it seem like, okay, this is what we're doing now. Like, that's that's what it's all about. And I think exactly like you said, for me, it just gave me such a kick of motivation to be like, okay, we could have a really cool community out of this. Like, there's really something here to be pushed. And we, like, we've all said it, haven't we, in the WhatsApp after that? We were just like, yeah, you know what, like, we're on something here.
Yeah, I didn't realize how important it was. It made me feel like maybe before, like I had obviously not been so committed to turning up or being like arranging to do the pods and stuff. And I feel like it's given me, it made me realize how important it is. Like what this us three having a chat once a week is actually so important, not for the three of us, but it's needed kind of like by other people within this space, the guys that turned up, etc., etc. And I think, yeah, that for me is a real purpose point. It's a bit of a mission, isn't it? Like I feel like there's not people relying on us to record the pod, but I do feel like there is, like it's helping. It will help people, and it will have helped people.
Yeah, I think there's been certain members of the running group that have like said to me personally, like that come in for what, nearly 12-18 months that they've been coming to the running club, that they've needed it, and it's like helped them so much. And like connecting with people from school, like I went to school with, that I hadn't obviously seen for like, 15-20 years. We are very important in that sense, that guys know they can come to us, and it's just super casual. Like we had a new guy come to the run this week, like follows Clash, buys loads of my stuff, and it was, he was like really enjoyed it, and it was just cool that he came down and that there was something there for him in the local area to do that for like guys of our age. And not like you said, Dan, like not like people expect and rely on us to do it, but there's almost this like cry for it in a way, but subconsciously people aren't like, physically crying out for it, but they're subconsciously being like, oh, okay, well, I actually do need this in my life. This is good what us three are doing, basically. And that night it is like a realization, like where you do it and you're not really sure what to expect, and you're not really sure whether we are doing the right thing, and then you come out of it and you're like, holy shit, we are doing the right thing, in the sense of it's just natural, it's just us being authentic with it, and people really related to that.
It's such a great provider of natural serotonin though, isn't it? Like, because I think in the world we all live in, we talk about it all the time, where like you just get instant happiness from random things, whereas actually going and doing a run with a meetup or a meetup, or just being in a group full of people that maybe you felt a little bit anxious about going initially doing, realizing that you had a great time and leaving on a high, it's a true high. And that's, I think, what we all felt. It was that like actual like real kick of serotonin that was like, wow, rest of my week now I feel really positive.
You think you said, Joe, about how many people were there at the end, like how many people basically had to tell to go home, like and how many people stuck around after we came downstairs in that area. How many people stuck around there?
I almost was thinking like, I don't know the room now.
Yeah, you've frozen. Oh, you're good, you're back.
Yeah, like me, James, Kev, and another guy walked towards the car park, and we stood there chatting for like another 5-10 minutes. So I didn't get my car until like 9:15. And so obviously we finished around 8:30, and it was just the fact that people were there, and the messages and everything we had after was just so good. I'm buzzing for the next one. 12th of May, by the way, if anyone's listening. Let me just check that. I think it is. Tuesday the 12th of May. 12th. Is that right?
Yeah, I just got down the second Tuesday, so 12th.
Yeah, sick. So 2 weeks tomorrow. We'll advertise.
Yeah. Right. So I've got a question. Given that it's been nearly a year since our last episode as a 3, what do we feel like the differences are between where we were a year ago and where we are now? Do we feel like there's been progression? Have we had some hard times? Have things surprised us? Anyone want to take it?
Yeah, I'll go. In terms of like, not just the podcast, but like life in general.
Oh, life, business, whatever. You tell me.
Everything.
Yeah. It was like, so a year ago was sick. 6 months ago was sick. The last 6 months have been fucking on my arse. Like, just one of them where it's just business was great, start of the year was good, then worldly things happened with powerful people invading places and fucked everything for business wise, prices going up left, right, and center, all sorts. So yeah, I felt an absolute crunch for sure. And I look back and be like, I haven't progressed. The first 6 months of like last year were really good progression, and I felt like I didn't progress. Maybe just got into my own head with things, and then now it was like a year on. I'm like, okay, I now have a clear focus to make that progression. So it was like good, then bad, then good again.
Do you feel like your identity gets caught up with how your business is doing?
Yeah, 100%.
Your self-worth gets caught up with how your business is doing?
Yeah. You think, why am I not worth all the effort I put in?
Yeah, it's interesting. Joe, I don't know whether you get this, but like I 100% get this. If I get a couple of clients leave, if my diary is looking less full than I want it to, like my perceived value of myself, I will wear shitter clothes. I will, sounds ridiculous, but like not wash my hair for longer, like all stuff like that. It's silly. And then if my diary's full, boom, you best believe I'm wearing Chelsea boots everywhere. It's weird.
Yeah, I do feel similar. I think one thing I've kind of learned recently with the businesses is like, especially with what we do, I can market and do more myself. And actually, to be honest, I just think that some things are out of your control with it, aren't they? And I always just think, give it a month and then start worrying. Because I used to worry immediately, and then I'd just panic. And that would probably, like you say, it's a downhill spiral. I think it's a really weird one. I'm quite opposite to where if I'm doing well, I'm really motivated and I really push it. If I'm doing badly, I almost like cocoon myself into like this little, and I find that then affects the business more if I get scared of it. So I just try and sort of act like it's all right, even when it's not sometimes, and it seems to just pull itself out again. I think I've realized that basically how my attitude is towards my own business is just a huge effect on it. And that sounds really simple, but I think you sometimes just think like, oh yeah, it'll all be all right. But you do have to put effort in. And I think you've got to just make sure that you're on your A game, even when times are hard a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, I think what's actually helped me was like I quit Snap Fitness end of March and then bought some big ass kettlebells, and having to be like, oh, I've got to drive to Snap Fit, I've got to drive to Harborough just for the sake of going to the gym, and then I've got to go somewhere else in the day, and like having those interrupted points in my day where I kind of go out of the way. But now I'm like, I can get up, I can go for like 3K, 20-minute kettlebells, done, showered within like 40 to 50 minutes, an hour, and I'm like done. So I've been working out way more than I have this month, which is then actually kind of like reversed my mental of being like stressing about shit to be like, well, I'm getting out, I'm getting it done in the morning, and then the rest of the day's been sick. So it's like that has really had an effect on my mental, which has obviously had the effect on like how I see the business of being like, well, I'm seeing results for fitness, so I know that if I'm more consistent with the business in certain areas that actually will move the needle forward, then I see results, and I have done like over the last like week or so. So it's kind of like, yeah, now I'm on this like from like 12 months ago, really good. 6 months in was like, yeah, great, and then went to shit, and then now we're back to good again.
So you mentioned that the meetup also kind of made you think about how you said about how hard it is to build a brand behind a screen, and like how important it is to be with people. Is that like part of your plans moving forwards?
Yeah, the biz, like I do obviously do have a great community, but I need to, after doing the meetup, I need to serve my community more in a physical way. And building an online community is great, but having that physical is also like, it's just better because people get to see product, they get to see you and things. So that's made me think about how I can get out more with the business and like whereabouts I like go do pop-ups, or what activations I maybe do more of, like kind of relaunch the coffee club. But I feel like the coffee club kind of stuff, I want to maybe just bring it into like what we do with the meetups and stuff, because I feel like it's just kind of like it's not like One for the Boys is an extension of Clutch or anything. It's just kind of like, it's just within what I do as a lifestyle, and Clutch
Yeah,
is
but it's
lifestyle
part of
getting out
you,
and
and you're part of One for the
Yeah.
Boys at the end of the day. So why can it not be? You know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I've like some of the guys that turn up to the to the meetup are like Clutch customers that I've met through the brand, and like so it was kind of like, yeah, I can use that as a way to do these things. And yeah, it was a massive thing to be like, I need to be out more with the brand. Obviously, it comes with a lot more challenges, that does, because I don't have a physical shop. However, I'm looking at places, so that could be exciting. But I mean, yeah, it's having like a hub would be amazing. So yeah,
Do you know what? Sorry, bro, just to butt in because it's so relevant to what you're saying, is that I actually sort of was looking in the shop the other week, and I was looking at the people that come in, and do you know the amount of clientele I've gained from just like the run club and you know, like people I've just met at the gym, or people I've met at like, that's like, I'd say 80% of my clientele is just from me meeting somebody, chatting to them about doing their hair, and then them coming and getting their hair done.
Yeah.
Like such a small percentage of mine is off like them seeing me on social media, maybe a couple, but most is just because it's real life meetings with people, and they've gone, oh, he seems cool, like I'll go and try him out, and then you've already got that relationship. And then I suppose that's where it's different, that my industry is that it's very people facing, so that like once they're in my chair, I build that relationship, and then it's a lot easier to hold on to them and get the repeat custom. Whereas I suppose it's a lot harder for when it's online.
Yeah, guess for you, just got to make sure they don't go bold, right?
Yeah, 100%, man. And even if they do, then I'll just say like, I'll do something.
Yeah, I need to go in. Just
just encourage them to grow a beard.
Yeah, but no, that's it. I think and like for me as well, personally, I just so like thrive on like community connection. I think like what we do is just with the run and stuff. I know we don't have 100 and 200 people turn up to the run, but I feel like it's just nice. The group we've got is so core, and they can just bring mates, and people can just drop in and out when they want to. So yeah, again, like the meetup was massive, rocket up arse, let's go, full send.
Joe, how do you feel like you are at the moment versus a year ago?
I've had a very interesting year. I mean, for me, not a great deal's changed in terms of I'm still doing the same thing. Like with the business, like had a few different ideas with the business, but just been really like boots on the ground with it again, like trying to just do the hours and, you know, just get the shop as good as it can be with what it is, rather than trying to just like do anything crazy. I mean, I relate to what you're saying, Matt, about how like when you've like cancelling your gym membership and stuff, because I've just moved in obviously with Lauren because we're trying to buy the house. I mean, buying the house is stressful, don't get me wrong. It's a stressful thing to do, but what it's made me do is I've moved out the flat. I've cancelled a load of like direct debits, bills, like things that I was just like paying for, and I've really simplified everything just so I can save money. And I feel so like less stressed because of that. Don't get me wrong, like I've got the stress of trying to buy a house, but at the same time, I've got rid of, I've like half of my possessions are in a box room in Lauren's parents' house. Like I've got rid of so much stuff that I feel a bit free, and it's really nice. Like I think that's really helped my mental health recently by just being like, right, let's just simplify everything and just focus on one goal, which is buying the house. So yeah, it's been ups and downs, man. Like I've had a few things happen where like the other day, like I had to go to a funeral, which brought back a lot of stuff from like, you know, because basically the funeral was at the same crematorium my mum's funeral was at, and that was the first time I've been back there since. So that was crazy. But then at the same time, it was nice because I was able to walk in there, like feel a bit sad, feel my emotion, but also I was okay. And that was a big like chapter turned, me being able to walk in there. Because if you've asked me to do that a year ago, I wouldn't be able to do it probably. I'd have just gone, no, I don't want to face that yet. So yeah, a lot's changed, but a lot's not changed. It's been good. It's been good, to be fair. I feel pretty positive at the minute, and I think just like the meetups just solidified that. I'm just like, yeah, I just feel like I've got clarity on a bit of direction at the minute, which is what I've really needed.
Yeah, I think I really resonated when you said, well, I think we collectively kind of said, sometimes when you've got like a block of clients, you you start watching the clock, or you think, fuck, all right, once I've done 2, I'm a third of the way there. And then you start like making this shit up in your mind. Whereas actually, and you think about, go on, then I'm done. And then I'm going to be at home. And I think I said like, what to do what? Like you
sit on the sofa and do nothing.
Yeah. And so I think I've come kind of full circle with a similar thing, because for so long I've been trying to build this online business. And I had a conversation with someone the other week, and they were like, you are spending all of your time trying to build a business away from people, and all that's going to happen in the next 10 plus years is people are going to want to connect more, because tech is just obviously surging in the way that it is, and that human connection is what you're not going to be able to replace. And I think the event for me, that was a cog that was already turning in my mind, and then the event for me was like, oh, like I get it. Like I just, as you said, Joe, like not even look at my diary like I do, because I want to know like who I've got coming in, but like just indulge this person. I'm training this person. You're cutting this person's hair. Whatever is going on doesn't matter. What else am I going to be doing? Sat on my sofa on my phone. That's like, there's nothing else that I'm going to be doing. And it's like, I think sometimes, Matt, we speak about getting into your own head about what you're doing and overthinking lots of things. And ultimately, I've definitely come to the realization over the last couple of weeks that, fuck, it's just about having that person in front of you, delivering the goods in whatever way that is to that one person in front of you. And I think in the last 2 weeks, the majority of time, the first time I've looked at my watch, there's been like 10 minutes left in the session, rather than like 10 minutes gone. You know what I mean?
I've been exactly the same. Exactly the same. I look at the first time I look at the clock is when I'm like, oh, I'm nearly done, and I've nearly done the haircut. Amazing.
Yeah, I look at my watch and I'm like, oh shit, and they're like, we're running out of time. I'm like, 10 minutes left. I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I feel like it was that Clem's like be present thing is just like drilled my mind now. Like I'm just, every time I feel a little bit overwhelmed, I'm like, no, take a breath, be present. Like, and it's really helped me since then. And I've really tried to like make it part of my day-to-day like thought. Like the first thought I have is like, right, whatever I feel today, I've left the house, let's just be present, and just the day is what it is.
Yeah, I think anxiety is kind of like the future. It's your mind future pacing, isn't it? It's thinking about stuff. It's constantly present. It's not as in the sorry, not present. It's constantly in the future, thinking about stuff that hasn't happened. I had a similar thing on Saturday. I had a couple of lads that I did like a rugby fitness session for, and I was anxious about it beforehand. And then within 5 minutes, I was like, I'd forgotten that I was anxious. I just like, again, completely indulged myself in the session. And that was like a really good reminder to me of like, you just like stay in the moment, and that anxiety feeling goes away because you're not constantly future pacing, worrying about what's coming up, etc. So I think that's a massive one. But so I've had a couple of big shifts in the last couple of weeks, but that focusing on the one person, and the fact that the reality is for all of us, what we do, we're all in people-centric businesses, aren't we? Like everything that we do, we're all customer facing, it's all customer focused, and there's not really any point to anything that we're doing unless we're delivering to customers. That's literally, if we do that well, sometimes I'm guilty of like getting a client in but still focusing on the goal of more clients. And actually, if you just take care of the people that you've got in front of you, that naturally grows your business anyway, because then you build the reputation, you build the referrals, and all of a sudden the list that you've been trying to fill gets filled, not because you've been doing loads of outreach and sending loads of emails and doing all these things, Matt, like we spoke about, how trying to build a brand behind a screen. You're just doing it because you're taking care of the people that are right in front of you, and everything branches out off of that. So I don't know. I feel like I've had a rebirth in the last few weeks. And I tell you what's weird.
I'm so with you.
Another thing that's weird, my bowel movements have been phenomenal the last 2 weeks. And I genuinely think it's like anxiety related. I just fucking chilled out for the last 2 weeks. And honestly, my tummy has settled massively. I said to Charlie yesterday, I was like, my poos have been unreal this week. She was like, what the fuck? And I was like, it's all anxiety related, literally.
Yeah.
They say it's the second brain though, don't they? You got brain. If that's not right, that's not right, and vice versa. And I do believe that. I think you're probably completely right, mate. That's probably the reason.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Bring it in the poo chat, learn the tone. Sorry, everybody.
Love it.
No, mate. Wouldn't be one for the boys if we.
Maybe we should do an episode just on poo.
Yeah.
Bowel movement.
How's your bob?
But, yeah. No, I 100% agree with all that. Like, I'm part of another, like, the marketing agency that's doing some stuff for me at the moment. Like, we're in a community group. People just are saying, like, oh, like, I'm not finding time for content. I'm like, what do I post? I'm like, you got to enjoy it. That's what I realized like 6 months ago was when things started going a bit crazy and like started to go downhill. I felt like I wasn't enjoying the content, but then I was like, hold on, I've just enjoyed it for 6 months. And I was like, I've just got to still enjoying it. Enjoy the creating the content. Yes, you've got to be on it. You've got to be present all the time, but enjoy jumping on the camera, because people, for me, like my customers will message me and just be like, oh, how you doing? How's your day? How's your week? Like I talk to like a lot of customers every single week. And they constantly buy from me for that reason, because we're all customer facing. They're all buying from, they're buying a haircut because of you, Joe, getting a PT because of you, Dan, like buying clothes because of me. Like they could buy clothes from anywhere else if they wanted to, but they buy because of me and what obviously we're doing here as well. Like everything's an extension of it. Yeah, if you don't enjoy the process, you don't enjoy the journey. That's definitely what I've learned. I always like learn other things throughout the year, but that meetup kind of gave me another wind behind the sail to be like, enjoy it even more.
And also, if you don't enjoy it, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like really, what's the point? Like you wouldn't do anything in life repeatedly that you hated doing just for the sake of it. Like,
yeah,
why would you do it?
Yeah, that's like another one of my epiphanies has been that I have spent 80% of my time for the last 4 years trying to build an online business. And essentially most of that looks like doing tasks that just get sent out into the ether. And I don't really know whether they're working or not, unless I get like some feedback, as in somewhat like an inbound lead, like 2 weeks later. But there's so much time between everything. And like, Matt, you'll get this. So much of it is you're doing stuff that doesn't really have an outcome. Like so much of the stuff you do doesn't result in someone buying clothing. It's like a massive amalgamation of everything that involves someone buying clothing. So I just felt like I was doing all this stuff and there wasn't really any point to it. And so I feel like I've spent the last 4 years just like doing shit that I don't really enjoy. And actually, if I'd have just focused more on the people in front of me, like I have done in the last month, I probably would have built what I wanted to build anyway, just in a way more fashion. It's so silly. But to your point, Matt, one of my clients always says to me, because I've got the top row breeze blocks in my garage that I haven't painted because I know it's like a 2-hour job, even though it's only a little slither, because the breeze blocks drink the paint so much and they're obviously pitted. So I've procrastinated over it so hard. And one of my clients is like, no one gives a shit. I point it out to him every time and he's like, no one cares. They come here for you. The same as you just said, Matt. Yeah. People go to Joe because it's Joe. People buy off you because it's you. Like no one gives a shit about all these little things that we tend to overthink. And I think that's the difference between like when you're a small business, particularly in these customer facing businesses, people really do. You are the business, which I think is then why it's so difficult to detach yourself if business is going well or business is not going well. It's hard to detach yourself if we come full circle from that, from feeling how well your business is doing,
because a lot of big businesses, like they will be looking at like, CEOs will be looking at the bottom line, but they don't see the day-to-day. They're not in the day-to-day. They just know like, is it green or is it red? Like, and by how many millions basically. But
you'll have people within that business as well that get paid a salary and the business is going up and down, or the money is going up and down, but it's above their head, above a ceiling that they can't see, and therefore they don't let it It doesn't. You know, the last time you got paid, Joe, have you ever been paid? Oh yeah, you used to work in barbershops, didn't you? So I was going to say, if you always work for yourself, but no. But yeah, you like you don't ever know how well or badly the business is doing. You just get paid every month, don't you?
Yeah, and I think that's why we're so connected to it, because you see everything.
Yeah, 100%.
Even me, like I walk in and I see a skirting board that's dirty, and like we've just said, 9 times out of 10, probably people wouldn't care, but for me, I'm like, I see that, I see this, I see this, I see this, I see this, I see this. My brain does a million things when I walk into the shop, when actually, like, it's not really that deep. Like, I know I'll do it, I don't need to stress about it. Like, I just think we see everything, and when you're employed, it's just stuff that you don't notice. You just take everything personally because it's your business, don't you?
Yeah, 100%. What do we want from the rest of this year?
I want a house.
Yeah.
That's what I want. But yeah, that's my main goal. I've kind of like been able to do this thing where like I'm just looking at one thing at a time, and that's the thing that I need to achieve. And everything outside of that, I'm like, yeah, cool. Let's just see what happens.
That's very strong. I like that a lot. Matt?
Yeah. I guess I got two kind of goals. One is the
pressure on myself.
The fitness.
Go.
Frozen. Yeah, the fitness side of things for sure. Like continuing on with what I'm doing, because I'm enjoying the workouts a hell of a lot more than I was than going to the gym and being like a gym bro type thing. But business wise, just building up slowly, just getting to a level and then just staying at that level and just get it as profitable as possible. I'm not aiming for, $250,000. I mean, yeah, great, but like, just getting to a point where it's just as profitable as possible and I'm enjoying it as much as I can and not having the bigger stresses I am now. And like you said, like it's almost spent the last 2 years just doing all of this shit that I didn't really need to be doing, and now I'm like so much more focused on the things that do actually move the needle forward. So enjoying doing them more and getting better at it. So yeah, just enjoying the process, and I'm excited just to get out more with the business. That's the main thing. But yeah, personal is just fitness wise, and then business just keep it growing.
Yeah, I think I echo that. Really, I just want to be not miserable anymore.
Yeah.
Enjoy work.
I think a big thing for me has just been like, just try and do things that I enjoy and make me feel good. I know that sounds really simple, but I just feel like I was doing so much stuff for the past couple of years that I was just doing because I felt like I had to do it. Like now I just want to do stuff I want to do.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I'm going to do as well is say no to people more.
Yeah.
It's hard, but doing stuff for me more than other people, or if people do want to do things, then it's I've put my terms out there to be like, okay, well, do XYZ for XYZ, and if we don't agree, then I don't come.
That's so me.
Yeah.
My goal for the rest of the year is to do the opposite of that. My goal is to say yes to shit because I feel so much better for doing stuff.
Yeah.
Meetup, perfect example. On the evening, did I actually want to go? No, I didn't. I just wanted to sit inside and be a recluse and not talk to anyone. Did it feel a million times better for it afterwards? Yes. And little simple thing. Liam asked me if I want to go and train this week. Last year, I'd have been like, no. I'd have found an excuse as to why I was too busy. This week, I was like, fuck yeah. When? Tell me when. I'll be there.
Yeah.
And I just think, I need to get better at putting myself out there. So we're opposites on that one, dude.
Yeah.
If anyone needs any advice on boundaries, you just let me know. I've got.
I think we should
all the additional fencing to hand out. Sorry, dude.
Right. We should definitely give Liam a shout out. So Liam has not voluntary. He's now running the basketballs on Monday night.
Liam's basketball man, isn't he? Like he's
yeah.
You said not voluntary. He's been assigned it. Didn't ask for
basically.
It.
Basically.
Yeah.
It was
he's been given a job he didn't ask for, but he's got it.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, he was just he was always like, I don't mind helping out, and I was like, if you just put the messages together and we'll come. And I've not been in like 6 weeks. And Liam's just every week, but no, and he loves going as well. And
What time is it?
It's 8 till 9 on a Monday. Not 8 till 9 p.m. on a Monday at Market Harborough Leisure Centre. It's completely free. So if you're listening, you want to go play,
I'm going to go.
Fun.
I'm going to go today. It's Monday.
Yeah.
I'm going. There you go.
So
and like shout out to Harborough Leisure Centre as well, because they have facilitated us with that, haven't they? So
for free, for like 2 years.
Yeah, it's pretty sound of them, to be fair.
Always very handy. So we have the last Sunday of the month is the run from Welland Park.
Yeah.
At 9 o'clock.
8:30.
8:30. First meetups are second Tuesday of the month.
Yeah.
Next one is on the 12th of May. And then basketball is Monday nights, 8 till 9.
Bang on.
Yep.
There you go. That's everything. Yeah.
So. Yeah. The Instagram is back to One for the Boys pod. So if anyone tries tagging run_for_the_boys, it will not work.
Yeah.
Which it now means that the t-shirts I wear printed I can wear again because it's the right.
Yeah. They're accurate.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, they moved it back to just because obviously we said about it being like the umbrella and everything else kind of comes underneath that, and the run is just part of One for the Boys. So.
Yeah, we're just kind of like learning by doing, aren't we? Basically.
Yeah, like it doesn't have to be so strict and things, but obviously just having a handle that people can come and join us on, and obviously the WhatsApp group as well. So
yeah, agreed.
Yeah, that's a big point though, the WhatsApp group. We've said this loads, haven't we? But if anybody who listens to this just wants to reach out to us, they don't have to come to anything, but if you just want to get added to the WhatsApp community, just in case anything ever comes across that you think, I fancy that, then just drop us a message and we'll just add you in.
I wonder if I could put a link on the show notes. I bet I can. I'll have a look at that.
Yeah, maybe.
I imagine I can. Should we wrap up? I feel like 40 minutes is decent. First one in.
Yeah. Awesome. I think it was just a bit of an update on everything we're doing, and just saying we're back. We are really back.
Yeah,
we are actually back. We're really back. The boys are back. Good. Right. See you in a bit.
See you next year.
See you next year. Yeah. Same time next year. May next year.
Right? Yeah. We get penciled in.
See you later, boys. Half pros out. See you later, boys.
Yeah.